Previously, we explored the Tardis console of the first Doctor, and then looked at the 1980s console of the 5th, 6th and 7th Doctors, and then the console of the 8th Doctor. In this video, we will explore the second console prop built for the BBC science fiction television series Doctor Who, the one designed for the 3rd Doctor. The 7th season of Doctor Who saw the arrival of both the 3rd Doctor, Jon Pertwee, and colour. For the first time, the production staff had to take into account filming in colour. The first console prop was still in use during the first series of Jon Pertwee, and can be seen in Ambassadors of Death and Inferno. But it was in a bad way, and a new prop was needed. And this new prop was the colourful creation of Kenneth Sharp. Somewhat ironically, this coincided with the Doctor's Earthbound exile, so viewers would have fewer trips in the TARDIS until the series' 10th anniversary special, The Three Doctors, in 1973. The console itself managed to leave the TARDIS and go out into a unit laboratory, which brings up a question. How did they get it through the narrow TARDIS doors? The new console, known as MK1A, or the Sharp console, carried over many of the levers, lights and gizmos of the original prop. But it was taller, because Jon Pertwee was taller, and slightly wider. The time rotor was different, being made up of colourful lighted tubes, giving it a Christmas tree feel for colour television. Like the original prop, this new prop was added to over the years as per the requirements of the script. Let's take a tour of this console. The first panel faces the doors. The stasis switch of the original console is gone, and the left-hand materialization switch has been moved closer to its right-hand counterpart. The safety precaution switch is no longer evident. On the second panel, we have the housing for the dematerialization circuit, which appears in the serial Colony in Space, apparently to cover up damage done to the prop, which explains the odd angle. What was originally the door lever has been removed. An emergency switch, capable of retrieving lost members of the TARDIS's company, has been added to the right. Notice that there are fewer door handle switches on this new console. The third panel has the telescopic microphone at the top. The environmental governor has been removed, and there is a second grille in the lower right quadrant. There are many more dials on this side than on the original early console. Now here is the fourth panel, and we find the telepathic circuits here. These could be used to contact the Time Lords, although on the original console, this twinned device had been the tracking monitor. It is flanked by dials for measuring water vapour and oxygen, although on the original console, these were power response dials. The time sensor is in the lower right-hand corner. The fifth panel is very different from the first console prop as seen in our previous video, although the metal panel had appeared later on during the original prop's run. Gone are the circular dials and the radiation detector, although the dimension scale control remains. There is a row of rather fetching blue lights. The final panel still retains the dematerialization lever and the gravity and altitude controls. Noticeable is the use of letters and numbers on this and other panels. The font on the proper console is believed to be Futura, although I have not used that font here. It is interesting to compare the MK1A console to the original console of the first Doctor. We see here an attempt to carry over much of the appearance of that first console, thereby adding a degree of continuity between the black and white seasons of the William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton eras with the full colour, but mostly Earth-based seasons of Jon Pertwee. This continuity would not so completely continue into the era of the Fourth Doctor, who would get his own console. But I hope you have enjoyed this little video, or at least not hated it. If you feel I should take a look at the Tom Baker console, then feel free to leave a comment.